Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the TCL 10 Pro. I did receive this phone to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. You can see how it comes packaged to you right here in a very nice retail box. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the package contents. Here are all the package contents. First up, we got safety and precautions, followed by your quick start guide right here, walking you through how to set up and operate and use the phone. Then you can see we have our SIM eject and removal tool. Then we have your USB wall charger right here and your USB Type-C to USB Type-A charging cable. Then we have an included case for the phone, which is really nice. Looks great, says display greatness on the back side of it, and it is in clear. And then last but not least, we have the phone itself right here. Now let's look at it in more detail. Here's the front of the phone. You can see we have our camera notch at the top. We have a built-in fingerprint sensor down here. We have a 6.47-inch curved AMOLED display, so 1080 by 2340 pixels. On this side of the device, you can see our smart key button. On the other side of the device, you can see our volume up and down button and our power key button. On the very top of the phone, you can see our 3.5mm audio jack, our built-in IR sensor, and we have a microphone. On the bottom of the device, you can see our USB Type-C charging port. So this phone is equipped with a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, taking 121 minutes to fully charge, or 35 minutes to get you to 50%. We have our speaker right here. We have our micro SD card expansion slot and our SIM card tray all in one right there. We can look at the back of the device as well. So the color is ember gray. It's got a really pretty gray gradient to it. TCL branding right there. We have our 4 cameras right here as well. So we have our 64 megapixel high-res cam, 2 megapixel super low light camera, 5 megapixel macro camera, and our 16 megapixel ultra super wide camera lens right there. So it looks really cool in the back. Good looking device. This device features the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 chipset with an octa-core processor. And don't forget the 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of built-in storage that can be expanded with the micro SD card slot at the bottom up to 256 gigabytes. Now let's go ahead, let's get a SIM card installed. So to install a SIM, go ahead, take the provided tool to remove the tray from the phone. There you go, you can see the tray right here. We have a SIM side, and then we have a micro SD card side as well on the back side, which is great. So we can install a card for storage and our SIM. So go ahead, take your SIM and gently press it in place. We have a Google Fi SIM right here that we're going to use in today's video, but this works with your GSM carriers like AT&T and T-Mobile, but it's also certified to work on Verizon's network. You may need to contact Verizon for assistance to enable your account to be provisioned to use CDMA-less devices. So be sure to reach out to them if you're on Verizon. Go ahead, gently push it back in place, and now we have successfully installed the SIM card. Let's also install the included case so you can see how that looks. So we got the case on right there. Really nice that they include that for us. Looks great. The buttons function on this side. Same with the other side. We can see it from the top with our audio port and our IR sensor right there. And then you can look at it from the bottom as well too with our charging port. Everything's cut out and very precise with this case. Same on the back side too with all of our cameras and sensors up here. No issues at all, and it looks really nice with their logo on the phone, but also the display greatness right there definitely accents TCL on the back of the device, which is really cool. Now let's go ahead, let's power it on and try it out. Now we have the phone powered on. You can see how everything looks and all the default apps that come pre-installed on this phone straight out of the box. Then on the next screen, you can see all the apps that I went ahead and downloaded myself that we'll try out in this video today for you guys. So really nice, very responsive, beautiful display. Everything looks so good. You can see the little cutout at the top, the notch for the camera. We can look at some Google News and Stories right here. Super responsive. Everything looks really nice on this display. Very impressive in person. You can see a couple of apps that they added themselves, and then you can see like Facebook and Netflix too come pre-installed already for us, which isn't that big of a deal to me, but it's not fully the pure Android 10 experience. Let's go ahead, let's look at some of the settings. So we can see our device settings right here. We have a dark mode if we want for the display. A lot of features, guys. Security, location. We can check out our storage right here. Now, I did download some games already that took up some additional space. Out of the box, you can expect at least 100 gigabytes of free space on your device. Fortnite alone took up over 7 gigs. So you can see the system took 13 gigs. Other apps took 13 gigs. And then the remainder is just between photos, videos, and some other apps on our device, but not bad. We still have plenty of storage left. So really responsive, nice interface, your typical Android experience. We can select system and learn more about the phone. This is really nice that they show us this screen. Very simple to understand all the specs that we already talked about today. You can see Android 10, and they do have Android 11. You can upgrade OTA if you want. So you can view other specs. Nice system settings right there. Very easy to navigate everything with this phone. Now let's go ahead, let's look at some benchmarks. So here's our first benchmarking test. You can see we got the Antutu app downloaded, and you can see our score right there of 222,987 for this device, which is pretty cool. You can see currently CPU temps, battery temp. Let's look at those test results in more detail. So we actually defeated 18% of users. And check it out, broken down by category. CPU, you can see that right there to compare it to your device. GPU, you can see that to compare it to your device as well. Then we got our memory right here, same thing. And then our UX, you can see those results right there. So not bad scores at this price point for this device. Now let's compare it to some other similar devices. So here are the benchmark results of the TCL 10 Pro and the Google Pixel 3a. You can see that it does defeat that device in just about every category except GPU, where it's super close. Then we can look at it compared to the Samsung Galaxy A51 right here. And again, it beats it as well in the benchmark test. So in every category except GPU, which again is pretty similar right there. That's the Samsung A51. And then last but not least, the iPhone SE 2, the iPhone SE 2020. It does not beat the iPhone SE 2020 in any category. So it definitely falls behind, especially in the CPU and the GPU category, but that's really hard to compete with the processor that this new iPhone SE has in it, which is basically the same processor coming out of all of their top iPhone 11 flagship devices. Now I want to conduct a speed test on my home Wi-Fi network, so I downloaded the Meteor app. Let's go ahead, let's run one right now. Select Start Test. It's going to calculate our ratings for us. Awesome is the best that we can get. So we got an awesome ping. We have an awesome download score. Once it finishes with the download, it's going to test the upload for us. Showing awesome as well, which is awesome. So it's almost done. There we go. The test is finished. And now we can look at all of the apps and see the performance right there for YouTube and video streaming, for Google Chrome, for Google Maps, for Spotify. You can see that. Twitch for video streaming. Netflix for streaming movies and videos. So that's the apps that we tested with this, and everything's going to work great on our home Wi-Fi network. Now let's go and let's just look at some real world results by opening up Instagram. So you can see with Instagram right here opened up, everything looks great. Look at how beautiful all the pictures look. with the display, guys. I think the display is going to be my favorite feature of this phone. It just looks really nice. Very responsive. Just having all that extra real estate with the curves looks cool. Just looks great for consuming media, especially if you like to browse Instagram. You'll be happy with what you're seeing from here. Let's also open up TikTok. So here we go. We can watch some videos if we want. We can go to the next one. Oh, check out that fish. That thing's huge. That's amazing. So again, we can browse videos, playback's fine. Now let's go ahead. Let's open up YouTube as well. I know a great YouTuber. His name's Digital David. What do you know? There's his channel. So we can see the latest video if we want from us. Let's go ahead. Let's open one up. It's going to play after this ad, of course. Thank you, Google and YouTube, for that. Let's skip it. And there we go. Pretty cool. The phone gets loud too.
Hey everyone,
so we can see
here today. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the
everything looks really nice. So no issues at all. Be sure, guys, to give us a follow and a like on all of our social media platforms. Please and thank you. So that's great, guys. Let's go. Let's open up Google Chrome. You can see how responsive it is. We have The Verge open right here. So looks great, loading just fine, really quick. We can go and we can select one if you want. We can find a news article that we want to open up. Let's just click this Netflix one. Did I click it? There we go. Maybe. So you can see loaded just fine. Let's open another one. So let's grab SpaceX launch. Pretty cool. So you can see everything loads, no issues right there. Works really nice, very responsive, guys. And again, that big screen to be able to consume a lot of media. Now let's go ahead, let's play some games. All right, guys, so we got Asphalt 9 loading up right now. We'll just play a little bit of it so you guys can see the quality. Here it is. Max volume, too, we got. Coming out of the phone. Super loud. Check it out. Looks so good. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Check that out, though. It's doing a great job with this game. And first place finish. All right, so now we have Fortnite pulled up on the phone. We're going to play some Team Rumble for a minute just so you guys can see what it's like. I'm terrible at Fortnite on a computer, and this is only my second time ever playing it on mobile. So, yeah, this is going to be really fun to show you guys. But you'll still be able to see how responsive and fluid the gameplay and motion is. That's what's important when you're watching the video right now. So you can see right here, even just as we're waiting for the game to load, check it out, guys. Look at the detail. So not too shabby at all. I mean, it looks really good so far. We'll get into the gameplay too so you can really see it. But now we're in the water. And now we're on the battle bus. So you guys can see. Look at how good everything looks. Can you believe that? I think this looks great on a mobile phone. Way better than I was anticipating, honestly. All right, we're parachuting down. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. How do I go? There we go. Maybe. I want to go to structures. Here we go. Let's get it. Game on. All right, let's try to make our way into the house. I got to turn off something. It vibrates all the time now for me when I'm gathering all these materials. I hear a treasure chest too. Somewhere. Oh my gosh. We'll just take what we see right here. I told you guys it's not pretty. But do you get a feel for how good it looks? There's a chest. All right. The loot. We got some loot right there. Do another one. We do another one? All right, I guess that's it. And then check it out. We got our gun. So it's hard for me to navigate this on mobile. Like I said, I'm not even good on a computer with it. This is not my forte, nor would I ever want to play Fortnite on mobile. No offense. I know a lot of you guys do, and you're probably freakishly good at it. I swear being a lefty too probably doesn't help me. I don't know why, but so yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of crazy, I guess, but I can't even figure out how to jump. Oh, there we go. I got to push that button. See, all that kind of stuff. It's like, what the heck? Just so much easier on a computer. But there is like auto fire or whatever, which helps. But pretty cool, right, guys? Pretty responsive. You happy with the graphics? I mean, look at it. Come on. For a mobile phone to play, I think it's pretty sweet. Doing a really good job. So, but the storm's going to get us in a second. Just wanted to show you some gunfire too. Super responsive. And we're in the storm. Rip me. But yeah, look at that. Pretty cool, right? Fluid, nice gameplay, no lag. Everything looks great on the screen. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the camera settings. So open up the camera in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see all the different options and features that we have right here. So we're currently in auto. To the left, we have more, where we have slow-mo, stop motion, light trace, pano, super macro, and high pixel. The 64 megapixels on the back rear camera we have. We can go back to auto. You can see we have some zoom options, 1, 2 times, and 10 times zoom. We have our wide angle. So you can see that's a pretty big difference, guys, even just here in the studio. Look at that. Then we have the cameras on the back, so you can see a preview of original, wide, and low light video. So isn't that cool? Pretty cool feature right there to see the options right in front of us. Pretty nifty. We can go back. Then you can see we have video mode. Here's our video mode, same thing. We have our zoom and we have our wide angle. Then we have other options at the top. So we can do motion tracking, our light, our mic, and then we have our auto adjustments right there. So you can see low light mode is on, or auto, or off, depending on what we want to do with that. Then we have portrait mode. You can see the options that we have for portrait mode. We can adjust our aperture. And then we have a timer at the top. We have super night mode right here. So again, we have a timer at the top. We also have our aspect ratio. We can adjust that. Like 16:9. And then we have Pro mode. So you can see Pro mode right here. All the options we have to adjust that are currently at auto. Timer, flash. We have our zoom again, 1, 2, or 10 times zoom. And then for all of these options, you can see the settings gear in the top left-hand corner. So we can adjust our photo size. We can do high pixel if we want. 16 or 12, 10 for full screen. Video, we have up to 4K 30 frames. 1080p, 720, and 480. Video stabilization, volume button function. So we have a lot of options. We can turn a grid on, touch to capture. We can turn the watermark on or off. We can reset it to defaults right there. So really nice camera and all the features that we have. So let's go ahead. Let's look at some of those photos right now. So let's look at the photos and videos that we captured. Let's open up the gallery right here. We can see them all. Let's start with the night photos. This is super night mode turned on versus off. It makes a huge difference in image quality. Here's another one with it turned off and then with it turned on. Same thing, we have it turned on right here versus turned off. So definitely a huge difference. Really amazing. Here's the front-facing camera at night. Just wanted to show you guys what the quality looks like for that camera. I'm actually impressed. Did a good job with the background. It was after 11 p.m. at night, so there just wasn't much light to work with. Now we have some daylight photos. So this was on a tripod. We have the regular Pro mode. There's the ultra-wide mode for the same exact photo. Huge difference, guys. You can even see my dog, Doug, makes a sneak appearance with his snout at the bottom left-hand corner. There he is now with some portrait photos, just having fun. Taking some pictures of him. He's a good boy. There's just a regular photo. You can see macro photos now. So here's the macro photo. Look at the detail. Unbelievable. Then here's our regular Pro photo, also on a tripod of the exact same plant in the same position. You actually can't even see this one. It's actually to the left of the camera still, which is amazing that the macro lens can get it when it's pointed at the same thing, but it's not showing up right here at all. It's not that piece. It's to the left of these leaves. So I took one more photo further back so you guys could see what the macro lens actually captured for us. Now we have a regular photo of the back, 2 times zoom, and then 10 times zoom, all on a tripod, same exact positioning. Then here's a front-facing selfie during the day. Definitely softens it up a little bit in the portrait modes. Then we can look at some more photos right here. Here's our succulent in Pro mode. Here it is with the macro mode. Look at how cool that is. Then we have another succulent in Pro mode. There it is with the macro mode. We have another one. So you're seeing my plant collection right here. Pro mode. Then we have our macro. And then our last one, Pro mode. And then our macro. Look at that, guys. So cool. Amazing the detail that we get right there. Now let's go ahead. Let's look at some videos. So here's the video quality at night. It's 11:15 p.m. right now. Just street lights. The video's doing a really good job in this dark environment. The lights on the neighboring houses are not as bright as they appear in the video, so it's doing a good job compensating with everything. Pretty impressive quality this late at night. Here's that same video again with the low light mode turned off, so you can see a difference between the two. Even this is not a bad video. This is pretty realistic to what it looks like, maybe a little bit darker, but looks really good, not too grainy or anything like that. Here's video from the front-facing camera, so you can see the quality right here, the front-facing camera at 11:15 p.m. at night. Here's some sample video footage during the day, 4K resolution. We're just holding it in our hands so you can see the video quality and any stabilization as well for this footage. So you can get a feel for what it's like during the daytime taking 4K videos with the camera. Here's that same video again with the wide angle lens. Now we are at 1080p now if we choose to do that. But you can see the same video during the day with the wide angle lens. Here's a test video in 4K with your standard lens, no zoom, no wide angle or anything like that. Now here's the exact same video with the wide angle lens enabled, so we are in 1080p now instead of 4K, but look at how much more we can fit into the frame of our shot when we use the wide angle lens to record the same video. Our phone has not moved at all. We're on the same tripod and everything else with the wide angle lens to show you the difference between the two options.
This is your TCL 10 Pro mic raw audio test. So the audio is undoctored or edited in any way. This is what it's going to sound like for you to make or take phone calls using this device. Now, let's bring it out front and talk to the device as well. So you guys can hear it with it just a little bit further away from my mouth. Now let's extend it all the way out here and keep talking to the phone so you guys can hear what that sounds like. Now we'll bring it back up to our face as well as we continue to talk into this phone. And again, this is your raw, unedited audio anyway. This has been your TCL 10 Pro mic test.
Now let's try out the texting features on the TCL 10 Pro. So I got that phone right here. Again, it's connected with Google Fi service. And we have an iPhone SE 2020 that's on visible service. I've actually reviewed both of those phone service providers on my channel, so be sure to check out those videos. I actually already had this conversation with myself earlier today, you can see. But let's go ahead. Let's start it out. Let's send a text. There we go. We already got it on the iPhone super quick. Let's send one back. So we can also send an emoji if we want. And now you can see we have these nice time-saving replies right here. So let's go ahead, let's send one. Love that feature, guys. I use it all the time. So super responsive. Everything works great going from Android to iOS. No issues at all right there. And we have two different phone service providers. So that's nice. Let's send some pictures. There we go. Let's send that one along. It's going to take a couple of seconds to send that, so we can work on sending another picture right here from our TCL phone. Try to change it up just a smidge so we can see, and let's send that picture along. So both have been sent any moment now. There we go. We're starting to receive the iPhone picture on our TCL device. It's coming through. Ta-da, we just got it. No issues right there. Now let's wait another second for the iPhone to receive the picture that we sent. And there we go. We got everything. So no issues at all. Really nice, guys. Everything works great with messaging. So here are my final thoughts on the TCL 10 Pro. Overall, I've had a great experience with this phone, and I've really enjoyed my time with it. So my favorite feature by far is the screen. The screen is beautiful. It looks great. I had high expectations for that screen because TCL makes great TVs. And I'm glad to see that they were able to replicate that experience in a smartphone. Other than that, I do think this phone gives you a ton of features for the price. A headphone jack, an IR blaster. We have your USB Type-C. We have expandable storage as well with micro SD card support. We have a built-in fingerprint sensor in the screen. We have that curved screen as well. We have NFC on the back. I do wish, though, that this phone had wireless charging. That is a big feature I feel like it's missing that it should definitely have. But they give you all those camera options on the back too with that great array. We got macro, we got 64 megapixels, and we have ultra wide. So tons of features with this device. And did I mention a big battery? 4,500 milliamp hours. That's really impressive. Now, a couple things I'd like to see improved from this device in the future. I wish it had 5G. I wish it was waterproof, had an IP rating for us as well so we could know what it's rated to be protected against from dust and from water. I also love the camera options that we get, but I'm not sold on the camera quality. It's not bad by any means. So you'll be really happy with the photos that you get with this. But I think in low light environments, it could be improved a lot. And I really would like to see maybe some faster image processing. It's just not so subtle when you take some of those photos and then it's processing and loading for you. You'll see it right there on the screen. It is what it is, right? But I'd like to see maybe even some continued improvements because the camera array is awesome. I just like to see the software and the quality be improved a little bit as well. But the performance is really good, guys. If you like to get a phone for gaming, you'll be happy playing Fortnite or any of those games on this device. So they definitely deliver in that regards. And I want to say the experience overall isn't too bad for not being pure Android, but I still love having pure Android like what you get in the Pixel lineup. But again, that's come a long way too. There's hardly any bloatware on here and the experience is similar enough. You'll be able to navigate around just fine with no issues. Also want to point out, really happy with the face unlock feature, but I haven't had the best luck with the built-in fingerprint sensor. I need to save some more fingers on there, but it's just not as responsive. Facial recognition's basically worked every time for me, and it's pretty hit or miss for me with the fingerprint, especially on the first try. Now, I did see people online saying that if you want to save your same fingerprint twice, that can help sometimes too, so keep that in mind. But overall, an impressive phone at this price. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.